who's stating his place among the league's best with 6 picks this season. It's the Colts and the Browns under the lights on Sunday night.
First opened in 1999. There's a good look at First Energy Stadium here in Cleveland, Ohio. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Indianapolis Colts and the Cleveland Browns. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gordon. And Charles, you look at our home side of this one. They know coming in, they've got to be at their best because they're facing one of the better overall defenses in the NFL.
And this is not one of the better offenses around in terms of running the football. So they understand that they're going to be put to the test a bit. The big plays in the run game, they haven't been there of late. So maybe that means we'll see them shake things up a little bit. Some RPOs, some touch passes, some draw plays, anything to try and gain a little bit of momentum.
Lurching closer toward the midway point of this NFL season, and we're underway on EA Sports. From the 6. So here come the Browns for their first drive on offense. Orchestrating the offense will be a man who, of course, won a national title back in his days at Clemson, Deshaun Watson.
And he makes it so difficult for all defenses because when he's got the ball, it's hard to say when a play is truly over because he can create from any spot on the field and in any situation, even when it appears that he's contained. When he's running your offense, a big play could arrive from any possible spot.
First play, Watson to the air. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. A first carry now for Nick Chubb. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. Just what the Browns needed there. Good for a gain of 17. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clear balls like that, they'll be real bad defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, when that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
They run again on first down, Chubb, and he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. The Browns sitting at 5-2 on the year, and they come in on a good run, winners of 5 of their last 7.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. Man open, that's Anthony Schwartz. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. That one goes for 30 yards.
Well, things are looking pretty darn good on this first drive, aren't they? Came right out, set the tone, this time with a big pass play.
And if the peek behind the curtain that they gave us or their game plan, I don't think that's going to be the last one we see.
I think you're exactly right about that.
So the big play gets them all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Off of play action, it's Watson. And this is caught. Touchdown, Cleveland. Donovan Peoples-Jones, his first touchdown on the year. And the Browns will claim the early lead as they're on the board first here tonight. Well, these guys have won 3 straight ball games and another good start to this one out to the 6-0 lead.
And I've talked with so many different coaches, as have you along the way, and they always talk about winning streaks and the mood of the team and how much easier it is to actually prepare during that time. Guys are sharp, guys are focused, everyone's feeling good, and we're seeing it early in this one.
Extra point by York is up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. Taking it about the 1. And not much happening on the return as he'll get this to about the 23. So the Colts now coming out for their opening drive. They'll be led out by their veteran quarterback, the MVP of the league back in 2016. It's Matt Ryan.
We both know it's a league where they seemingly throw the ball just about every play. But watching him perform last week where he threw 3 touchdown passes still caught my eye in a big way.
Still kind of the gold standard, 3 touchdown passes, isn't it? And for his efforts last week, AFC Offensive Player of the Week.
I can't wait to see what he does this week.
A carry by Taylor to start the drive. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. They may want to go back to that one. First play of the drive, good for 15 and a first down.
Usually we see runs like this as the defense breaks down later in the game, but this guy is setting the tone early, running through all types of tackles and putting the defense back on its heels.
From all the way up at the 38 now after a good start to the drive. They go play action now. Ryan under a heavy rush, and down he goes. Multiple players combined for their team's first sack of the game. They said there was a lot of discussion in their defensive team meeting room after last week's performance. They had 7 sacks. Something in the water. There's one in the first quarter.
A lot of discussion, a lot of excitement because now everyone wants to get involved with this. Who's going to continue that process? Who's going to get to the quarterback this week? But they have to be careful. When you have that much pressure, they want to use it against you. Draws, screens, those types of plays.
Let's see if they do that. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Ryan. That'll be complete to Allen Lazard. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to 3rd down.
And that was yardage that they needed there after the sack on 1st down. They didn't get all of it back. But now they look at 3rd down as a manageable situation, one that they have a much better chance of picking up.
Here's Ryan to throw. They'll set up the screen to Taylor. And they're going to get this to about the 44-yard line.
I like the screen being called here early in the game, especially on the opening drive, because, Brandon, when guys come out of the locker room, especially those pass rushers, they are so amped up to get to the quarterback that you can use that against them, and a screen pass is a great way of doing it. A lot of teams against good pass rushing teams, they want to run the screen 10 to 12 times in a game.
Now Ryan on 1st down. This one complete to Alec Pierce. And he'll be brought down at the 27. Pretty solid opening drive here, Charles. They've worked in the run game, the pass game, just steadily getting yards, and now they've got it inside the red zone here with an opportunity.
And the only thing they don't have so far is points. But the way that they're moving the ball now, that shouldn't take much longer. And they've established a great balance so far. Running, passing, doing what they want on offense.
To throw again is Ryan. To the right side, complete to Taylor. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. This will be taken in by Michael Pittman. And they're going to get this down inside the 20. They're trying to keep the drive going. This will be play number 8. It's 3rd and 2. Now it's Ryan. Oh, he's got his tight end, Mo Alley-Cox, complete. And the Colts are going to have 1st and goal coming up as they're able to convert there on 3rd and 2.
A very important 3rd down conversion right there, because when you're trailing and find yourself this deep in enemy territory, the kicker's not even part of your thought process. You got to make it pay off with 6. Nice connection right there to set up 1st and goal.
1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. They'll run here with Taylor. And he takes it in for a Colts score. Jonathan Taylor with his 4th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Colts are able to match the opening drive touchdown against them with one of their own. So, partner, it was a passing game that drove them down the field, but when they get close, they trust that man in the backfield, and he took them home.
And they trust their offensive line as well, because so many of these units, they specialize in either pass protection or run blocking. This group shows its versatility and gets both done on this drive.
Point after here coming up. It's up and good. So these teams match touchdowns here in the first quarter, and we're tied 7-7. That time, a 9-play drive.
And it was capped off by a Jonathan Taylor touchdown.
Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away.
Fielded just outside the goal line. And no alley to be found. The coverage was solid, and he's dropped at the 18.
Second drive coming up here for Cleveland as they return to the field on offense. And that last drive, so effective in the passing game, resulting in the touchdown. Maybe not many people were focused on the trenches. There was good protection there.
Excellent protection. So now defensively, you've almost got to get down to those starters blocks like you're a sprinter. Get lower than those guys on offense and find a way to roar through them or around them to get into the face of the passer.
Easier said than done, though.
Way easier said than done. But they've got to try something because right now they're just cutting them to shreds.
Watson's throw into the hands of Peoples-Jones.
And they're able to get this one across the 35. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a first down.
Someone sharp in this game. I mean, a touchdown pass on the first drive. It comes right back, and he's flinging it around really well here.
Really nice throw there to pick up the first down. You kind of just feel a laser focus and confidence about him, and I think we saw that this week, didn't we? Talking to him and the coaches, they felt good about his performance coming up.
Yeah, I was really impressed with that last practice we saw when they went through 2-minute drill, when they went through all the different situations. Ball hardly hit the ground, and I thought, yeah, he might be locked in for this one.
A check on the numbers for Chubb from a week ago.
15 carries, 53 yards, and a touchdown.
Well, to no one's surprise, he gets an early rep right there, and they've been playing their best ball this season as they've built this winning streak. And that includes the ground game, where he's kept the offense productive and put them in position to win ball games. The question now is, can this defense that he's facing do what others haven't and finally put a stop to this streak?
And he'll be pretty well stopped in his tracks. Give him a yard up to the 42.
Watson. They set up the screen to Chubb. And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42. This will wind up a loss on the play. And it'll be fourth down.
Heck of a play there to get to him quickly and get him down for a loss.
I think they did a really nice job getting ready for this game, scouting, watching film, and understanding defensively what the play design was.
On fourth down, on is Corey Bojorquez to punt. He only punted twice in the win last week as he gets this one away. Calls for the fair catch, makes the fair catch just inside the 15-yard line. A 40-yard punt, no return, and the Colts are going to take over, albeit deep in their own territory. The Colts come to the line ready to start their next drive.
Well, certainly they'd rather have the scenario they had last time out, Charles. Remember, they had the short field. They took it in the end zone. Now this is going to have to be a longer, more sustained drive if they want to get points.
Yeah, a little bit more of a quick strike opportunity last time by where they were on the field, and you're exactly right about that. But now, backed up a little bit. What's that old expression we love to use? Time to matriculate the ball down the field and try and do it again.
And now timeout is whistled as it appears there's a Brown shaken up on the play.
So as the medical staff takes a look, we'll step aside.
It looks like a nickel set now for the Browns on third down. From the gun, it's Ryan.
Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end.
Out is Rigoberto Sanchez on fourth down to punt this thing. And he was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. It'll be a 41-yard punt, give him 5 on the return. And the Browns will take over, 1st and 10.
And the football going back over now to the Cleveland Browns. The last series for them, a little disappointing, forced to punt. And now they'll try to do better here and come away with some points as they begin this drive, 1st and 10.
And he takes this up right near the 45-yard line. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. A shotgun snap for Watson.
He'll get this to Bell.
It's the first time that they've looked his way tonight, and he comes up with a first down on the play.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Throwing again on second down. Watson. And he'll be brought down by the Colts.
Quiddy Pay getting in there and burying him behind the line.
In every game, we talk about what are going to be the keys as we go into it. Maybe that's a key for their defense today. Pressure the quarterback and make sure you play a good zone defense behind them, and they get their first sack of the contest.
Following that sack, Watson and the Browns backed up for a 3rd and long.
He'll look to throw. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And all the way in. Touchdown, Cleveland. Amari Cooper, his 5th touchdown now on the year.
And the Browns have moved out in front.
And they just ran the fly route there, didn't they?
You broke it down perfectly. He ends up catching that one and taking it all the way into the end zone.
Well, thanks. It was pretty simple to break down, though. I mean, that's just a guy going, running on the go route, making a play.
Speed,
Kills.
speed, speed. And what does it do?
It kills.
There you go.
Extra point by York is up and good.
And that makes the score 14-7. The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away.
Bringing it out of his end zone, Isaiah Rodgers. And he returns this to the 22. Here comes Jonathan Taylor and his teammates.
Those are his numbers through roughly the first half of the season, and given that, you'd have to think he's on pace for a 1,000-yard campaign.
Steady as he goes, steady goes the offense. But you know what else is happening, too, because they are a team now recognized with the ability to run the football. You've got to be able to throw it better now, right? Better throwing lanes, better opportunities for the guys downfield, maybe more one-on-one coverage, which you should be able to beat easier. Yeah, he's establishing not just a tone, but an identity for his team.
And that's a discussion we had a couple days ago in the team meetings, talking about this running game, opening up the passing game. We'll see if that continues to happen. Off the play fake. Here's Ryan. That's incomplete, but there is a flag down, so hang on. A big call coming on 3rd down.
So they decline the hold, and that's going to lead to a 4th down.
To punt on 4th down, here's Rigoberto Sanchez. 44 on his first punt, and this is a good kick as well. This is fielded at the 27. Call it an even 40-yard punt, 7-0 on the return.
And they will take over 1st and 10.
So here are the Browns to take over. They're on a 3-game winning streak, and right now looking good in this one as well.
Watson and the Browns now with a 1st and 10.
At the 34.
He'll start things off with a handoff to Chubb.
And a loose football. And the Colts pick it up. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills, and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it there. Big fumble. Now the Colts offense gets ready to head back on the field.
As we eke closer and closer to intermission, Charles, remember last time out they punted. They would love to get points here, especially if this is going to be their final possession of the first half.
Yeah, and this is what close games feel like, because the pressure is on both sides, but sometimes the pressure is a little bit higher on the team with the slight edge, because they're trying to hold on to that, trying to increase it. Let's see how this one continues.
We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. From the shotgun, Ryan hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And a good gain here of 9 from the 19 down to the 10. To throw again on 2nd down. Ryan, throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And the Colts are going to have a 1st and goal coming up as the tackle made at the 3. And he's got his target. It's caught for a Colts touchdown. Alan Lazard from 3 yards out. And the Colts are within an extra point of tying up this ball game. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, there's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score. Extra point right down the middle. And that is going to tie our game as we approach halftime. This one tied at 14 now as he sends this one away. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line. The offense trots back out there. Let's turn our focus now to Nick Chubb. I think he's still shaking his head a little. It was his fumble on the previous drive that led to the touchdown that has us tied.
And sometimes it's worse on a runner who drops it like that to watch the other team take the ball downfield and score than maybe if they just returned it right away. You know what I mean? Because sometimes what happens that fast, you're right back out on the field. Instead, he had to watch it happen. Let's see if it affects him going forward the rest of the game. From the 30 on 2nd down, Watson. And an incomplete pass. That'll stop the clock here with just under a minute to play in half number 1. Here's Watson. And it's going to be incomplete. He was able to catch it there on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. And it's going to bring up 4th down. And Bojorquez on to punt as he gets it away. Rodgers to return it. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. A great return there, bobbing and weaving his way for 31 yards. And the Colts are set up well as they take over 1st and 10 on the short side of the field. The Colts going to take over now late in this first half. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive. And normally I'd warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up, place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Another try after the 1st down sack. Ryan over the middle. That's caught by Taylor. The Colts going to use the first of their timeouts as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half. From midfield now, here's Ryan. He'll find his man. That's Taylor again. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield. So we've hit halftime all even at 14 apiece. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
All right, Brandon, thanks very much. We'll get back to you and Charles in it. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play in the 2nd quarter. On now to a look at the next-gen stats in that first half for the Colts. And there's not much to speak of in terms of passing efficiency. But in a tie game, they know a few tweaks could make a big difference going forward. Meanwhile, for the Browns, they had a little more success than their counterparts did in the passing game, as evidenced by the numbers there.
Okay, Coach, thanks as always. This one's still anyone's game as we welcome you back for quarter number 3. Rodgers going to return it from his end zone. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Costs him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. Well, the Colts ready to go to work to start the third quarter. This offense ready for the first drive of the third quarter. Well, quarters number 1 and 2 entertaining. We saw some good offense points put up, Charles, and all tied on the scoreboard.
And it sets us up for what could be a really fun second half because we've seen both sides score almost at will here in the first half. And now, here in the second half, getting the ball first, you've got to think, hey, we can go out and really run our offense the way we did in the first half. But if I'm a defensive player, all I'm thinking is, can I make a play to really help out my team and break this streak of offense?
So after the sack, here's 2nd and 14. From the gun, it's Taylor. Brings it up just shy of the 25. Showed some of that quickness there on the move. On 3rd down, Ryan. He finds Pierce. It's complete. And he is going to have a Colts first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag because when you do, you just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Now Ryan. Out of his hands quickly to Pittman. And they'll get him down on the other side of midfield.
A gain of 13 yards. First down, Colts.
So a 1st and 10 upcoming from Browns territory now at the 49-yard line. Running straight ahead, Taylor. And he's going to take this ahead for right around 3 yards, but no more than that. 2nd down. On 2nd and 7, Ryan. That one caught along the sideline. Did he stay in? Yes, he did. But hang on here. A penalty marker is on the field. They'll come up now on a 2nd and long after the hold. Here's Ryan. To the sideline. Wow, what a catch. Doesn't get a lot out of it, but he is able to keep the feet in bounds. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Delivers another one to Pierce. And they'll get this across midfield, but not nearly close to a first down as he stopped at the 48. Will go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 4th down.
Brandon, a good idea there on 3rd down. Run a little clear out and hope you can get your receiver the ball coming across the formation. Nice design, but well played defensively, and they stop it well short.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he's on to punt for Indianapolis. And this will be up to the ruling of the side judge here. He says it crossed out of bounds at the 16-yard line. Here's the Browns now. They get set for their first possession of the third quarter. And both of these defenses have been stifling these last few drives offensively. Just not able to get anything going. So what needs to change?
I think a lot of the guys will go back and review, so to speak, because everyone has someone assigned to how did each play work. Okay, what did we use that kind of worked for us during this game? Try and get back to some of those plays, as well as the possibility of showing something you haven't shown already in this game and trying to change things up.
We'll see if they take the advice of Mr. Davis. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. Now a play fake, and it's Watson. And seeing nowhere to throw, he chucks this one away from harm. Incomplete. Now it's 3rd down. Throwing on 3rd down, Watson. He's got his tight end, David Njoku. And way up past the 35 before he's taken down. Give him 22 there on the third down conversion.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds him for the first down.
So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. Now it's Watson. To the left side and complete for Amari Cooper. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Chubb on the counter. And he'll get it out a couple yards shy of midfield at the 48. 2 first downs have him up near midfield now on 1st and 10. And again, it's Chubb. And not a whole lot of room to operate there on the first down run. He gets maybe 3. The last run got 3. Now here's 2nd and 7. Watson off play action. He's going to drop this one down for Chubb. And a 6-yard gain gets him right around the 43. They'll run for it. Here's Chubb. And he will have a first down here at about the 40.
I like this focus there because he wasn't thinking about breaking that one big. All he thought about was, I need 1. Let's go get that. Ended up picking up 2.
On 1st and 10, Watson. And he'll toss this one incomplete. Seeing no options, he throws it away. On 2nd and 10, Watson. That's caught by the tight end, Harrison Bryant. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. 1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And we're back now here in Cleveland. A field goal try would be almost 50 yards from this spot. So what can they do to get closer now on 3rd down? Now they return to the ground game. Chubb.
Holding offense.
And this 3rd down looking very tough after the holding penalty. 3rd and long. To throw is Watson. He'll let this go for the end zone. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. And this one will not get there. It's off to the left anyway. It's no good. And a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. What a tough spot to miss a kick. Just an absolute letdown.
Look, they got themselves in the field goal range, gave them a chance to take the lead. They come up empty, and now you wonder, will their offense ever see the football again?
Yeah, because on the other side, 1 through the post, and this thing could be over. Ryan and the Colts getting set here, 1st and 10. Just shy of midfield at the 49. They'll start with a give to Taylor. And they go backwards here. Losing yardage back at the 48-yard line. On 2nd and 11 now. Ryan. And he's taken down. This will be a Brown sack. Jadeveon Clowney. He's the one that got home and takes him down for a loss of 9.
And this dominant defensive performance continued on that play. This poor quarterback has not received the protection he needs and has had to pick himself up off the turf far too often.
That sack backs Ryan and the Colts up a bit here, facing a 3rd and long. Looking to throw. And he overshot him there. It's out of bounds, incomplete. To give you an idea of how accurate he's been throwing the football, we're in the 2nd half. That's just
That's his second incompletion.
Well, if he's that locked in, that means everyone's locked in, because to me it's like throwing a no-hitter in baseball. The pitcher may get the credit. A lot of people making plays behind him in the field.
36 yards on the punt with no return. Ready to take over again on offense. Out comes Cleveland. Excellent job by their defense to force the punt and provide them with this opportunity, all tied in the fourth quarter.
Watson on first down. And that will be incomplete. Would have been a big hitter if they had connected. Instead, it's second down. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Watson. And he gets it to his running back, Nick Chubb. And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3.
That's a gain of 3. It's 3rd and 7.
Watson now to throw. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call.
Personal foul, roughing the tackle, defense.
A bad time for a roughing penalty, and they get the gift of a 1st and 10. Now Watson. There's another catch by the running back, Nick Chubb. And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Watson. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down.
Multiple defenders getting to him there for a huge loss.
He's known for his legs and his fancy footwork, but he's not getting much of a chance to use it here. The defense continued to hold the upper hand by bringing him down on that play.
Gonna need something special here on 3rd and long. After that sack, what does Watson have in his arsenal? They'll set up a throw. Looking deep in the direction of Cooper.
And that's going to wind up incomplete. Nearly their first pick of the game, but it does bring up 4th down.
And on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away.
On the return, it's Rodgers.
That'll go as a 46-yard punt with a return of 7. And the Colts will go on offense here, 1st and 10. And now Indianapolis set to take the field.
And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, then they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34.
2nd down, another run with Taylor.
And to the 42-yard line here and brought down there.
The 71 yards rushing here for Taylor. He's got a 1st down.
Another carry for their leader, and a good one. It's crunch time. They'll need him to continue to be productive in both the run and passing game in order for them to try and snatch a victory.
So signs of life in what's been a dormant offense in this second half. Here's 1st and 10.
Again, it's Taylor.
And he'll push this forward only to about the 42-yard line.
On 2nd down, it's Taylor.
And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield. As big of a play as we've had in this one so far. This is 3rd and 3.
They'll try and run for the 1st with Taylor.
No gain on the play there, and it'll bring up 4th down.
His carries tonight, they're getting up there, so maybe one of those every now and then is understandable.
I would agree with that. Understandable every now and then. Sometimes you come back and you fake it to him and go play action. But other times you say, okay, they got him on that one. We'll come back to him in another carry.
Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll come on for his 5th kick of the night. And no return possible here as they angle this one out of bounds. And the Browns getting set to go.
Defense got the better of them last series, forcing a punt. See if they make a few changes in the game plan here and try to get points out of this drive. 1st and 10. Watson. And that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Watson to throw. Completes to Njoku. And he slips up past the 45 before being tackled. The clock still runs. We're at 90 seconds now. Watson. And they will not get the connection there. It's incomplete. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. To throw, Watson. Buying time to his left. Letting one fly deep for Cooper. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. And the Colts are going to get the football here at their own 23. Oh, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it. And the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy and can he step into a throw. And when you can't do that, oftentimes interceptions result.
Here comes the Indianapolis offense now as they get set to take over. Well, partner, here it is. They've got the chance to win the game. You'd have to think they need to get it near the opposite 40 to have a chance to kick a game-winning field goal. We'll see what they can do.
And you're right about that, because if we look at it in macro, that's what it looks like. But I think in micro, the head coach has already asked the special teams coach, what is he feeling? What does he think? Where does he want the football? What's the yard line we have to get? And he's already relayed that to his quarterback and his offense. They know what the goal is. Now the key, can they get there?
They come up now 3rd and 5 following the incomplete pass. Up the middle, here's Taylor. And this will not be enough. On 3rd and 5, he only gets 3. Now the Browns will use the first of their 3 timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Now here's Rigoberto Sanchez as he'll come on to kick for a 6th time tonight. Fielded just inside the 30. That'll be 37 yards there on the punt. And it will be 1st and 10 as they take over. Cleveland offense making their way out. They need to get this around the 40 to have a chance to win it in regulation. From the 40, it's a 57-yard field goal, so that gives you a gauge.
And all they're trying to do now is pick up yardage in good chunks and get out of bounds to stop the clock. If they end up running a play and get tackled in bounds, they're worried the clock may run out on them and finish the game.
They'll have to be careful how they handle this. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with a little over 30 ticks to go in the football game. Here's Watson. He's got his receiver, Cooper. And he'll go down, but not before getting us inside the 30. 23 yards on the play. That's a catch of some significance. It's number 631 of his career, and why that's significant, it ties him with Hall of Famer Raymond Berry.
He was one of the most precise route runners at any position during his time in his career. So I think that we're seeing something very similar here. He may not have known Raymond Berry, but he goes about his business the same way. Understands how defenses are going to play, understands where the leverage is, and goes away from it to the tune of 631 catches.
Well, the entire game coming down to this kick from Cade York. He missed his only attempt earlier. This time he's going for the win. And his kick is good. And it's celebration time on that sideline as they have taken the lead in the final seconds. So they tried to ice him there, but it's fair to say it did not have the intended effect.
And I've known kickers that take it as an affront. And there he says, you think you're going to rattle me? Think again.
The Browns kicking team out there now as they'll send this one away. This one fielded at the 5. Well, this one, partner, was fun down to the very end. They got the points late right before the whistle. Then the ensuing